Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, magnificent individual. Today, I would like to speak about spiritualizing our language. Well, now I'm just going to speak about it to highlight it more or less because when you spiritualize yourself, when you really are immersing yourself in inner spiritual activity and truly immersing and pervading your whole being with spiritual light and love, literally speaking, you your language over time changes, and the way you actually speak and how you say it also changes dramatically, because how you say it often brings an impact, and it is better to have a certain feel for these impacts so that we know that we do not bring people to shock or bring people to an utter dilemma or so on. And we do absolutely not wish to make people feel inferior, because we're equals. So to have a certain stable inner foundation and a feel for every word we use, because every word is a being. Every word has a certain feeling to them, and the more we get to feel what they feel like and how they work, we can often use the words to guide people's emotion in the right and the loving direction. As you also can see, it is responsibility and also a pressure. So we guide emotions towards proper inspirations so they and them and everyone, including myself, can bring about an inner fiery freedom. Your spirit becomes alive again. Not only your soul and body, but your spirit becomes alive again in activity and movement. Your whole being, every cell is starting to rejoice in the light of the higher beings, the more you immerse yourself in it. So, you see, the languages brings about pictures, brings about feelings and sensations and higher concepts and creative imaginations. But imaginations is not purely abstract fantasy. Imaginations through directing guidance from, having a structure within the spiritual world, not having it willy-nilly, helter-skelter, unknowable, because it is fully knowable over a long period of time. Of course, you have to grow into it slowly but surely, but it is knowable. And the more you get to know it, the more you can speak about it, the more you can observe it in real time, in the present moment. So you truly can connect imagination to reality, spiritual reality. Your language is, by all intents and purposes, meant to express your inner soul and to express what we observe and to express our comprehension and understanding of these things around us. Also meant for healing, for our creative arts. And our voice is one beautiful, beautiful instrument, truly. Think about it, it is as flexible as any instrument if we truly train it to have the variety of tones and so on. And yeah, tone is also very important, because tones give certain feelings too. So by being alive to our communication and to our imaginations, you more or less, your language is guided by our own inner world instead of trying to find the proper words and so on. The words comes flowing automatically, and the more we study and and read and listen to audiobooks and such to expand our vocabulary, the more you are able to express yourself correctly in a more symbolic, imaginative way. I love to speak flowery-ish, because the more symbolically I can speak, the more alive my language becomes. It becomes as alive as my own being is. It should not be some just words that describes dead concepts without any reality behind it. They truly should correlate to what we try to describe. So, and that is what I mean by symbol speech. But symbol speech is not the right word either. It's truly alive, spiritual language. Of course, it is still under development. It is still just in seed form. But you already notice that by practicing and meditating and by studying and dedicating yourself to the spiritual science and scholasticism, the new modern type, what we have today, the more you will see that your language will follow you. That is what will happen. The language will automatically follow along because you use the proper words to describe the proper things you want to describe. And your language is more tailored to everyday spiritual activities instead of just describing a physical flower without any soul to it. When we truly describe a flower, we describe its beautiful etheric and mineral and physical forces building up its beautiful vortex-like structure, because it does go like this up towards the sun. It's green life force, and you see the astral have worked to bud the beautiful colorful flower. It's magnificent. And you can feel its life every summer. The sun draws out the lush etheric force of the earth. And when winter comes, this etheric force retracts into the earth again. And when it does so, it retracts into us too. So in the winter time, we have to keep ourselves alive and ourselves in activity so that we do not fall, become dull and the opposite of sharp by letting ourselves go. In winter, by having inner activity, we keep ourselves spiritually alive and spiritually awake and in creative flow. By every day having a practice, it doesn't need to be that long either, but to build a stream every day. Build into something that you can come awake to every day, a cause that you love, that you burn for, that you truly, sincerely, in morality and goodness, wish to expand upon and give to the world because you know it is something healing. The healing part is important so that we can counteract all the destructive karma, the destructive consequences we have brought upon this earth by bringing healing, positive, uplifting, optimistic forces to the world. Faith, love, hope. And this is something we have to actively, consciously, and in freedom choose and sustain. Because we all have gone through some painful moments in life. Have truly experienced what it means to be a human being and really its ups and downs. Just to be a little grave for a moment here. Now, it is about, do you choose to let yourself harden because of it? Or do you choose to still have an open heart, a warm heart? That is the sustaining, the choice we make. Are you going to let the world dominate your will to live? Don't do that. Let your inner being shine. You have a wonderful individuality and unique personality to you. And your inner soul wants to express itself. It wants to grow. It wants to come to know this world for full. It wants to spiritualize itself. It is its longing. It is its natural longing, stretching up to the sky, we long for the divine again. But not as it was in the earlier times. It will be in a renewed way, in a different way, conscious, in freedom. But it has to be built, because we can also do ill in freedom and build more and more karma. So by us actively and consistently, with intention and interest, work upon our karma, purifying and ennobling our own inner being with interest, you will be shown the way over time. And the language will follow. The language will become alive. So, practice. Find what you truly can put into the stream every day. Because what you work upon for yourself, you cast out to the world in the etheric of the earth. You weave into the etheric. So weave good into it. Be grateful. Like, thank you for what I have right now, for the life I have, for every present seconds I am alive, really. And for everything I have, and for everything that was, and for everything that is to come. And holding this gratitude, it's easier said than done, but it is a choice, and it is something you grow over time. The devotional feeling, the feeling of love, gratitude, reverence. So, it is a healing feeling. This feeling is an alive, awake, and a connecting feeling to everything around you. So, I will leave you with this today. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, ancient masters of old, hierarchy, and ancestors from every incarnation bless, protect, guide, and love you on your beautiful, beautiful, amazing path. And may you awaken and become truly conscious to your own beautiful interest and fire in life. Bring a little love, a little flowering, a little blooming. And not be afraid, but truly stand strong in your inner core. Because when you transform, it's like trying to push yourself out of the concrete. In the end, you will be successful in it. So, thank you so much. Love you. Goodbye.